Structural Design Package Video 1. Once you have loaded the Architecture and Engineering Graphics template file, you will see a white, clear model space inside Revit. You will not see the drawing that is shown here, as this is the finalized drawing of the 3D model which we will create in the series of videos for the Foundations of Revit Architecture module. In this video, I will be tracing on top of this 2D model to show you the exact location of the walls which you will create on your own inside Revit. So throughout this video, pause and rewind as many times as necessary to achieve the same product on the screen, on your screen, that you will see in the video. So to begin, we are going to lay out our exterior walls for our residential structure. Now this structure is called the 34 by 34 guest house. It is given that name because the exact exterior dimensions are 34 by 34. A few things in Revit which you will need to know is that when you want to navigate the screen by zooming in and out, you will do this by rolling the mouse wheel in between the left and right buttons on your mouse. So scrolling the mouse wheel will allow you to zoom in and out. To pan across the screen to move items left and right, you will click and hold the mouse wheel, and Revit will move all of the items in view left and right or up and down, depending on how you move your mouse, while holding the mouse wheel. To begin laying out our exterior walls, we are going to choose the Architecture tab, click on the drop down for wall, and choose an architectural wall. Once we do this, the ribbon will automatically change to load the Modify panel for walls. On the left-hand side of the screen, you will see that the Properties window has changed and updated based on the Place Wall command. If you click on the basic wall exterior, you will see a series of walls which have been preloaded in because we chose the correct template file. For this design, we will be working with the wood siding on wood stud wall type. Now before we place our walls in Revit, we need to verify that the base constraint and the top constraint are accurate. So before we do this, we will need to locate the project browser and open the south elevation view. We can do this by double-clicking on the word south underneath elevations. Now on our template file, I preloaded the floor levels and the heights for you. Please verify that the first floor is located at 0, 0, that's the elevation, and that the second floor is located at 9 feet 4 inches above the first floor. Once verifying this, we can go back to the first floor view, select wall one more time, and we are going to change the top constraint from unconnected, which is the default, and change it to up to second floor. which makes our wall a total of 9 feet 4 inches high. The ribbon also updates automatically. The height is 9 feet 4 up to the second floor. And our location line we will need to change to be core face exterior. More details on that in a moment. Core face exterior. Now inside these elevation window marks will be where you would want to start drawing the wall layout for your home. You will look on the 2D drawing given to you in class and begin to draw based on the dimensions noted. So as we click and drag, the distance will change for the wall's overall length. Right now you will see that there is a 4'11" note on the screen. So if I were to click my mouse a second time, the wall will be 4 feet 11 inches long. While you have the command open, you can also scroll the mouse wheel and click and hold the mouse wheel, and the wall command stays active. Now for the first wall length, we have a note of 16 feet 8 inches. I can either move my mouse and see that dimension on the screen, or I can simply type 16 feet 8 inches. There is also a ½ inch there. However, it is not that important right now to worry about ½ inches. We will do that later. So once I type 16 feet 8, I can press enter and the wall will appear. Now, to change the dimension of a wall, you can select the wall and edit the dimension. However, this is not the best procedure to change the length of a wall, because the length of the wall will change half on one end and half on the other. So to make this wall 16 feet 8 inches, 8 1/2 inches, we cannot simply just change the number. Here is what we will need to do. We are going to click on wall one more time, and we will draw in our second wall by selecting the core face, which is this line here, and we will continue drawing. I say drawing, but it's technically modeling because we are editing a 3D object right now. However, you have not seen that just yet. And we will continue, and our overall dimension here we said was 34 feet. So 34 feet. Press enter. Okay. Now, to edit the location of the wall so that our dimension is exactly correct, as you see here, we are a ½ inch away from the outside of the wall. The rule is what you have selected is what will move. So I want to move this horizontal wall a ½ inch up, which will also make this wall move 1/2 inch to the north. To do this, I will select the wall which I want to move. What is selected is what will move. What you have selected is what will move. So now I will go to the opposite side, and a dimension will appear. Now this may not be the exact dimension that I typed in or saw earlier. Here's why. The automatic dimensions appear to the center of the wall. We were noting to the core face, which we selected before we drew any of the walls. So to change this line, we will click on this blue dot, and we will move this witness line as many times as necessary until it gets to the core face, which is this line here. So now we have this wall selected and we want it to move. So what is selected is what will move. So I will change this number to 16 feet 8.5 and press enter. And now the wall has moved the 1/2 inch that we still needed. Please note that if you have more than one horizontal wall, then you would also need to change this witness line to the core face of that horizontal wall. We did not need to change this because we have no other horizontal wall. To continue our drawing or our model, we will select wall again. We will choose the core face. And we will continue typing and moving and modifying and shaping our exterior as noted on the 2D blueprint which you were given in the classroom. We have another 34-foot dimension, 34 feet. Our next number is 21 feet 4.5. 21 feet 4.5. Our next dimension is 17 feet 3.5. And our final walls simply connect. Now notice that the walls trim themselves out and connect each other to have a solid boundary all the way around. Now, knowing that this is a 3D software, we can click on the 3D Default View button on the Quick Access toolbar and change our view on the 3D cube. So as you click around, you will see that we have actually created 3D walls inside Revit. One last thing on this video. To rotate the object, the 3D object, we will click and hold the mouse wheel like we did when we panned, and hold down the Shift key. This will allow you to rotate the 3D object around the axis. Now, given that we have this layer dropped in the video, we're not simply circling around the center. However, you will be able to circle around and the view will rotate much quicker than mine. Please view the next video for more information on creating the structural package for your 34 by 34 guest house.